Greetings, I'm Zachary Hepner. I'm pleased to share this Dvar Torah with you for Parashat Bechukotai. Over the previous parashiot in Leviticus, the patriarch that has them the most linked to Leviticus is Jacob. At the very end of the rebuke of the tochacha, right before the conclusion of Leviticus, the rebuke ends with the three patriarchs, but they're named in reverse, Jacob being the first named. This is the only time, to my knowledge, that the patriarchs are reversed. As the pasuk says, then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, I will remember also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Avraham, and I will remember the land. The rebuke should sound like a strong and somber end to the book of Leviticus, but it doesn't end there. There is an epilogue called the laws of Erekhin and the laws of Temura, votive monetary offerings based on the value of animals or property or humans of different ages. This epilogue also echoes Jacob more than any of the other patriarchs. When Jacob flees from Lavan and eventually swears to Lavan, he swears by the forehead or the fear of his father Isaac, who is 60 years old when Isaac bore Jacob. Befachad aviv Yitzchak. The laws of Erekhin state if a male is from 20 years old to 60 years of age. Mi ben esrim shana ve'ad ben shishim shana v'haya erkacha. The two adult ages are 20 years and 60 years old. Exactly 20 years earlier, when Jacob was an adult but not a family man, Jacob made an oath to God of 20% of his future earnings that he acquires in Mesopotamia. Aser asrenu lach. I will give you 10% and 10%, which is 20%, or 1/5. This echoes the 1/5, which is 20% of the laws of Erekhin. V'im ga'ol yigalena v'asaf chamishito al arkacha. And if one wishes to redeem it, 1/5 must be added to his assessment. The language of redeeming, v'im ga'ol yigalena, is befitting to Jacob, who had felt redeemed by divine intervention, as he tells his sons, Hamalach hagoel oti mikora yivarech et hane'arim. The messenger who has redeemed me from all of the harm, bless the lads. So Jacob was redeemed. Jacob was redeemed by the messenger, or the angel. And the laws of Erekhin state that a redemption has the value of 1/5, exactly the double tithing. Aser asrenu lach. Jacob brings back women and children of different ages. Erekhin deals with the votive value of humans of all different ages, including infants. The only infant not included in this pericope is Benjamin, who at that time was in utero. Jacob's wives echo a cow and a sheep, Leah and Rachel. The pasuk says, "V'im behema," which resonates with his wives. When pursuing Jacob, Lavan was forewarned by God. Very important key words. Take heed to thyself that thou not speak to Jacob either good or bad. Then Lavan tells Jacob that God had told him just that. Lavan then warns Jacob not to switch his wives for other women. V'im tikach nashim al benotai, or take other wives besides my daughters. Note that Lavan's adjuration is not that Jacob would divorce his wives, but that he would add co-wives to his already existing Mesopotamian wives. This is called Temura, the switching of korbanot sacrifices. And the final section in Leviticus deals with the section of Temura, where it is taught, Lo yachalifenu, v'lo yamir oto tov bara, ora betov. V'imhamer yamir behema b'vhema, v'hayahut martoi kodesh. One may not exchange or substitute another for it, either good or for bad, or bad for good. If one does substitute one animal for another, the thing vowed and its substitute shall both be holy. Again, the language of good and bad with respect of the quality of animals, which resonates with Leah and Rachel. A cow and a sheep. This is evident. And the pasuk says, "V'haricha kohenotah bein tov uvein ra." Parenthetically, v'ish ki Right before Dinah is seduced, Jacob purchases land near Shechem with 100 kesita. The text here also says, "V'imisteach uzato yakdish ish laHashem, v'haya erkacha lefi zera chomer seorim b'chamishim shekel kasef." If any party consecrates to Hashem any land holding, its assessment shall be in accordance with the seed requirement, 50 shekels of silver to a chomer of barley seed. The purchase echoes the purchase of the 100 kesita that Jacob does when he enters the land of Shechem. The word chomer then resonates with Hamor, the father of Shechem, who seduced Dinah. Connections between Jacob and other parts of Leviticus is evident. So too with the laws of Erekhin and Temura. I suggest that the Torah makes these connections. Perhaps it is an echo, not only that the votive party may not switch the sacrifice with another sacrifice, or that Jacob may not switch his wives with other wives, but that following the harsh rebuke, the penultimate verse in Leviticus says that the thematic phrase of tov lara, lo yivaker bein tov lara, v'lo yimirenu, v'imhamer yimirenu v'yahu tamarto yikodesh lo yigael. One must not look out for the good against bad, or make substitution for it. If one does make substitution for it, then it and its substitute shall both be holy. It cannot be redeemed. The message is not only are Israelites bound by the law of Temura, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God, too, will not switch his holy nation with another. As my Avi Mori coins the phrase, supersession is asur mi'deoraita. Lahavdil, Christians have used the exile as a tochacha to demonstrate that God has abandoned his chosen people and nullified his covenant. However, the laws of Erekhin and Temura follow the rebuke. The rebuke is part of the divine plan, and Temura is part of the metaphysical cosmos. Supersession is asur mi'deoraita. We are and always will be God's sheep, God's flock, bein tov lara. God will not make any substitution, but will remain loyal to his sheep. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.